Pub Shenanigans. Hey everybody, welcome to Pub Shenanigans. I'm Eric.
Adam.
Back by popular demand.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, he ain't busting suds today, so we got him back. We're just down a Bentley.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
No show bit.
if we could afford a Bentley, we probably wouldn't be doing a podcast.
You know, things like the president can't all be in the same room one time. One of them has to be safe places.
Designated survivor. Everybody needs a designated survivor.
Yeah. This week is Bentley.
This week is Bentley. So, we weren't able to do a show last week. Technical difficulties. I was out of town. Adam was working. Ben had a Ben.
He was here.
Well, no, you had issues too.
I was issues. I was here.
So
The issue.
we're definitely we're back.
I took care of my issues properly.
We may be down a man, but we're back and we're live to you today. And coming live from Lenny's Main Street Pub in beautiful downtown Eastern South Carolina. And yeah, I know I sound like I've been smoking like 12 packs of cigarettes a day, sitting in the back of some smoky club, drinking nothing but straight hooch.
Yeah, we know you're actually trying to get raised.
Yeah. But no, allergies have drop kicked my ass like a mofo.
Thank God we had that rain last night.
Yeah, that rain should help, but I got up this morning and I'm like, coughing up and everything, and I'm like, man, I'm supposed to go talk to a group of kids about, my other job, my real job. And so I get there and all these kids, and I'm sitting there still pounding down coffee. I'm like half asleep. And these kids are like, yeah, you're here to talk about the zoo. I'm like, yeah. So that was pretty fun. It went really good. A lot of the kids had a great time. And so, nothing like giving back to your community a little bit. It's always good. But, so, I kind of went, right? So, I ended up, while I was in Winston-Salem, I did a little bit of a one-man shenaniganers. And all the Beastie Boys, one shenaniganer I be, all out the world with nobody. And, found some really good watering holes in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Willow's Bistro is one of them. Made one of the best old-fashions you ever get your hands on.
Don't sue us for that plug there.
No. And the food was amazing. And then Finnegan's Wake, great place to drink and have a good time. Great little Irish pub right downtown. So shout out to them. Then if you guys don't follow us, you need to follow us on Facebook and see some of the pictures and everything, because nothing says shenanigans and Southern rednecks like holding up a case of PBR going shenanigans are that way.
There you go.
Good Lord. That was 18 headaches in a box.
You laugh, you joke. They go down so good though.
Because the headaches come.
But not quite as good as these tequila sunrises Big Pickle and I are slamming down today.
I'm over here drinking pussy-ass Bud Light.
Yeah, man, hard day after work, you can't handle the liquor no more. You got to just ease into a beer.
I'm going to knock this one out and probably a couple more and we'll bring on the strong stuff. I ain't going to be here long.
We jumped straight into the tequila today.
Yes, sir.
I think we need to find a tequila sponsor, honestly and truly. So anybody out there that listens, if you know of a tequila sponsor, a tequila brand that would like to sponsor some just good old Southern guys that are funny and have a good time, we will drink the shit out of your stuff. We will promote the hell out of
Reach
it.
out for Ron White.
Yeah, we need some number one for sure.
Sammy Hagar.
Cabo Wabo.
Yeah.
Don't mix Cabo Wabo. We go in the backyard seeing pink elephants. I'll tell you.
See, I don't even care for Patron. I mean, that's kind of like Grey Goose to me. It's like it's a top shelf, watered down, shitty brand.
I like
when you got Luna
Real
Lazul.
men drink well liquor.
Yeah. Well, now if you're just gonna drink tequila, what is that, Luna Lazul? That shit is so good, and it goes down smooth. All you need is a little twist of lime on the rocks.
Proper pickle juice don't matter.
Yeah.
I still like Blue Label Warriors.
Warriors. But so we had some shenanigans go down in here last Thursday night. That if you follow our Facebook page, you would have seen the nice little video of.
I was sitting here thinking, I was like, what the hell happened Thursday? I'm pretty sure I was here.
You were here. You're directly involved. So what happened is, see, it was like this.
Unusual chain of events.
Yeah. I've got a buddy that comes by to just say hi. You know, he's getting ready to move out of town and whatnot.
Yeah.
And my man actually, somehow or another, I don't know if it fell out of his jacket or his pocket or whatever, but he lost 2 condoms.
I'm not sure he just wasn't offering you a good time.
It wasn't me, because Julia found them. And she goes, "Oh my God, what's this?" I'm like, "Come on, lady. It ain't been that long since you got rode hard and put up wet, because you still put up wet and rode hard." But so Pickle and I thought it was a really good idea to take said condoms while Adam was pumping money into the jukebox. We decided it was going to be a really good idea. We were going to put one of these condoms over his beer. So, I go over there, proceed to rolling it down the beer and everything. The whole receptacle tip starts swelling up from the bubbles. Adam's other friend, Matt, says, "Oh, watch this." And he pops it with the top of his beer and just pops the whole damn thing. And we're like, "Aw, come on, man. You took away half the fun." So we put the second one on there.
Well, I
Attempted to, and then Pickle pops it.
Yeah, I'm not as talented with condoms as Eric is.
That's why he's got 14 kids.
Condoms and rattlesnakes, 2 things I don't fuck with.
Right?
I don't think I might have worn one 2 or 3 times in my lifetime. I don't have any kids. My pull-up game is awesome.
He's drank enough booze over the years that his semen are like, no.
Hey, that's why my girlfriend's fixed. Like, she got spayed a long time ago. It's like a playground down there.
I figured you like me didn't let you stay on long enough to finish.
Stop, don't touch me there.
I always win that race.
These are my no-no squares.
They start bringing out those tears of shame.
Geez, watch them. So, back to the beer. So, Adam comes back from the jukebox and he sees, and it looks like just this nice ice-cold frosty beer. And he's like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm going to take a sip." He takes a big old swallow of it and everything. After he's like, "What the fuck have y'all done now?" And he's looking at it. That wasn't the funny part. It was the look on his face after he took that sip. And he's like, "Go ahead. What'd you say?"
Something along the lines of, my fucking lips are numb.
It turns out these are fucking damn climax control.
Climax control.
So, he's got dick extend on his lips, and he can't feel his lips for a half hour. It delayed you. It didn't slow your mouth down any, but it delayed you.
Hell, I couldn't feel my lips. They were numb.
And not in the num aspect. Oh my God, that was great. We were assholes, but that was a.
Hey, I wasn't even mad. I thought it was funny as hell.
I mean, that's how we roll.
So thank your buddy Johnny Condom Seed.
Yeah, Johnny Condom Seed.
Yeah.
What was the Biggles? Just walking down the street, passing out condoms. I ain't got no fucks to give. Here, you have one. Here, you have one.
That man truly out of bucks.
He's the condom Oprah.
Yeah, so we came up with the nickname Johnny Condom Seed. In fact, Mike came into the pizza joint the other night.
Oh,
He had made a comment about that.
Oh man.
Yeah. Speaking of Salem, looks like here before long I'll be traveling.
Wilbury?
Yeah. Maybe we'll be working out of town some, so find some nice new water holes and let y'all know about them wherever I land.
Well, we can.
You gonna come back to town on fucking probation?
Wouldn't be the first time.
That's all right. We can dial him in. Do his call-in audio.
Him into the podcast.
Yeah,
Dave Rednick's here.
Hey, look out, motherfuckers! Back in town.
Remember, if you end up in Texas, you're 6'2".
Well, that's the first place I'm glad to go.
It's because he's wearing high heels.
What I do on the weekends is none of y'all's business.
Yeah.
Bullshit. We're usually with you. Yeah.
Judge me.
I call bullshit because we're usually with you for those weekend 4-ways. Not 4 ways, mind you, but 4-A's.
Yeah.
So I need to tell my story again that we missed with our audio difficulties last week. So, and God, I can't even remember how it was. It was Holt and God, what was her name? Anyway, so great old lady and this old man. Now this is a story that's been told to me by a friend of mine because it was her granddaddy and grandmother. So he was real bad about getting out drinking. And then when he would get out drinking, he'd go like coon hunting with his buddies, get out in the woods, drinking moonshine, all that kind of stuff. But then he had this bad habit of buying like retired circus animals and bringing them home. So he gets good and drunk one night, and old grandma's getting fed up. She's had enough of this. She told him, she goes, "Don't you bring nothing else into this house, and don't you come in dragging in and all, at the bright and early of the morning, drunk on moonshine again." He just is laughing at her and everything, having a good old time. He didn't think anything of it. So next weekend rolls around. He's a farmer, so he works his ass off all week. He's got to blow off a little steam, so he's going to go coon hunting and drinking moonshine. So, I'm completely down with that. So, he does this and everything, and he comes in, and he just happened to have bought a giraffe and turned it loose in their pasture. His old grandma looks out the back window, she's making coffee, and there's a fucking giraffe walking around their pasture. She goes in there, and he's still drunk, mind you, and she's like, "I already told you don't bring nothing else into this house." And he's just laughing at her and everything. Next thing you know, whop, she popped him in the fucking head with a damn frying pan. And he's like, "Well, damn, woman." He goes, It's my money. I do this and I got to blow off a little steam. She goes, "Well, I warned you. Don't do it again." So he didn't think, he's like, "Whatever, crazy ass old lady." He lets it die down a week or so. And then the next week rolls around. He goes out. He gets rip-roaring drunk again. Comes in. He bought a chimp. Chained the chimp to an oak tree out in front of the house. So he can put a collar on him. He can climb up down the tree and everything. And he'd entertain the grandkids with it. He'd give them candy and stuff. But old grandma had enough of this. And he came in after and the next morning, and she goes in there, she starts stabbing him with a butter knife. And he drives himself to the hospital, and they're like, "Well, what happened to you, sir?" "Well, I fell down. I'm a farmer." And, he's trying, and I guess, mind you got to realize this is probably the 80s, early 80s. There ain't no Southern man alive that's going to go admit that his wife just stabbed him with a butter knife multiple times because you went out drinking and bought a fucking chip. I mean, that story alone, they're going to be like, "Yeah, I think there's a nice little place down in Columbia for you."
This old lady went after a chick with a butter knife right in his front yard.
Yeah, that was another story.
That's for another podcast.
Yeah, that's for another show.
Wait till the terms of how long you can go before they press charges.
7 years.
Yeah, we're a couple months away on that.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah.
So back to the chimp. Okay, so old man would keep a bag of candy on him. So when the grandkids came by, he'd reach in the bag and he'd hand each one of them a pack and put them back in his overalls. So he thought he was going to be funny one day, and he's sitting there, the grandkids are there, and, they come up, they all get their candy, and he'd always throw the chimp a piece of candy too. Well, that chimp was down there sitting out there at the edge of the tree, kind of got his hand out. Well, he thought it'd be funny. He turns his back to him. He dumps all the candy out, puts candy in his pocket, blows the bag up, kind of rolls a little bit, hands it to the chimp. Chimp grabs that bag, shimmies up the tree, sticks his hand down in there, realizes there ain't nothing in there. He's getting angry. That chimp comes down that tree. Old grandpa just sitting there laughing. That chimp reared off, fucking open hand slapped the shit out of him and knocked him down. He's screaming for a shotgun from old Granny and everything. Granny's like, if anything gets shot around here, it's going to be you, you son of a bitch. So there's that story. And I think you had a pretty good one, not along the lines of like a chimp or anything, but you had a pretty good short story you were relaying.
Oh, about I had an aunt that was the meanest striped rattlesnake woman ever walked the earth. I mean, she was just mean. And she married
How
a man.
mean was she?
She married a man who, I guess he had to have patience with Job. No, they get in an argument and she stabbed him right in the freaking shoulder. Then she wouldn't take him to the hospital. It was back before 911, so he walked to the hospital. Calls her from the hospital. They stitched me up, come get me. Hell no, you found your way there, you find your way back. And he went back to her. It wasn't 2 or 3 years later, they got in another damn argument. She's kind of short and he's real tall. She pulled a damn gun on him and shot up, like she was shooting between the eyes, with 25, but she was so short, she couldn't get the right angle, so it hit him right here between the eyes and just went up through a part of his damn hair.
Oh, wow.
He finally died of cancer.
I think he got it from sympathy.
Yeah. Good Lord took mercy on him.
Yeah.
And you know it's bad if cancer is mercy.
Yeah. I mean, she was. You know, she threw a knife at my dad at Thanksgiving dinner, tried to kick one of her daughters in the bed when she was pregnant. Yeah, and then she was mean as hell.
But she got a nice place in Hill, right?
Oh yeah,
I think she got her own room reserved.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's in charge of putting the pineapple Hitler's ass.
Oh, so you got any kind of crazy stories about crazy relatives? Because I've got one to tell you about my uncle. I got multiple stories on
I
that
don't really
guy.
have anybody. I mean, we've got, there's not really anybody crazy in life now.
You take the cake on that one?
I'm probably about the
You have to own this or that.
I mean, I come by it honestly. If you knew my parents, or at least my mother, which Pickle has met my mother, he can vouch for that.
You wear your scars proudly.
Yeah. Every damn one, even the one you gave me. That was another tequila night.
There's a trend here.
Tequila and people getting hurt. Yeah. Well, we do drink no things that fuck shit up.
Yeah. Hell, one of the bartenders here at the other bar you worked at with us, Bishop.
Yeah, Jess bit me.
Trying to make him fight, and she bit the wrong arm.
My girlfriend Jody's blacked my eye. Man, she got a mean right hook. In the car while I was driving.
What you do?
I don't know, but I could have killed us both if I wanted to. It was just an argument, and I lost.
Obviously.
As usual.
It's like Smokey and a big old snowman. Yeah. That's what I had to do. I lost, as usual.
I lost.
Well, you know what? He owns that shit. Oh. So I made my wife mad, and we were arguing, and I can't even remember about what. All I know is I'm standing in the kitchen messing with dishes or something like that. Next thing you know, I felt this presence zipping at me. She threw a goddamn potato at me. Because you know, you kind of feel the shift in the force around you, and I kind of ducked over to the side just in time to feel the wind of that fucking potato come by my ear and explode into the cabinet. And I'm turning around like, what the fuck are you doing? But sadly enough, this is not the first wife of mine that has thrown something at me. My first wife threw a wooden apple at me and put it through the fucking door of our bedroom.
Wow. They got nothing name, huh?
What was that
Right.
door made of? What was that door made of?
It was one of those Luan hollow core doors.
Okay.
And when you got a big ass wooden
Solid
apple,
wood apple,
and
yeah.
she could fucking throw.
90 miles an hour. Yeah. Nolan Ryan back there. Yeah.
I mean, I'm lucky I haven't died from the women in my life.
No,
Well, we can all say that. Yeah. Even Bentley.
I'm catching the evil eye still right now as I speak.
Hey, you might want to get her a canned beer.
Right.
Yeah.
Speak again, motherfucker.
your beer from here on out going to solo cup.
That's a Corona. That's a damn weapon in Mexico right there, man.
Oh, mercy.
I remember a story one time. They had them back when my mom and dad was first kind of starting to date. Up in Ohio.
Did he make her pork chops too?
No. They had a couple of Asian girls. I can't remember Chinese, Japanese girls living next door. They said they were cute as hell, you know. And he was out there practicing his karate with them, you know. It was back in the 60s. They didn't know nothing in no damn karate or anything. So he thought it'd be funny. He done a kick, not hard, but kicked my mom right there in the chest and let the footprint right across her boots.
Oh, damn.
Now, she'd been making them hamburgers. So she got mad, stomped off and everything. And he stayed out there laughing, being cool about it. They come in there, get his damn hamburger. He's like, where's my food? Cat ate it. Cat said, look, damn, that was good. She went there and just gave his food to the cat.
You bruised my boobies. The cat eats well. I bet he never karate kicked her again.
No.
And your mom's a short woman. She's lucky she didn't catch it in the jaw or something.
Oh, man. Now, she was stout, tough. Now, I don't know if I told this story before. I'm telling you, or not. But my dad was working late one time, and he come in, and Mom was madder than hell. Where you been? Yeah. He said, I've been at the massage parlor. They're standing in the bedroom. He kind of followed the closet. Yeah. She said, where'd they massage you? He said, all over my butt. And by that time, she hit him and knocked him over the damn bed, cut a flip. Damn it, Teresa, I'm just kidding. She not find it funny at all. I gotta tell this other story about my mom and dad. This is a funny story. Back in the 80s, my dad drove a race car, and he'd always kind of struggled, you know. Didn't have the money for people. Guys worked all season long. Finally got up there running competitive. I'm talking about with people who run Bush, with Andy Petrie, Robert Presley, Bob Presley, Donnie Bishop, Marty Ward, all these other guys. I mean, he was out running, you know. And he comes to a big race one night, 2,000 to win, which would be about like 10,000. I mean, it was a big money race, and all the hot dogs showed up. And it was going to come down between Dad and Donnie Bishop. They were the two, by far, 2 faster than anybody else. Well, back then, they run heat races, didn't qualify. And they drew the same heat race in the back. And Dad looked over Donnie's side. See you at the front. He said, "Nah, I'll be long time to get there." Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Dad beats him to the front. No 10-lap heat race. And Dad's better off 2, and Donnie's better off 4. But it's a tough race. They're right there together. Oh, Donnie caught him off 4 and lifted his wheels up off the ground. Spun him out, and as he started to spin, go towards the wall. Another car jumped up in between and hit that car. And kind of saved his a little bit. And I mean, this is the 80s, NASCAR, people, there was somebody to fight. Dad's trying to calm everybody down, just knock it off, and ended up tying one end of the car to the telephone pole, another to the record, straightening it at the track, putting it back together. Well, back then, Donnie Bishop was the owner's pet, Tom Black. And when they see him just about had the car ready to go back together, Tom walked down and said, "Look, yeah, no, Tom, he was cussing this motherfucker and walked there." He said, "Load that piece of shit up and go home." He's like, "What'd I do? You know, it had nothing to do with this. You know, you might go back up there and wreck Donnie and I ain't gonna have it." He looks at him and says, "You mean to tell me that some bitch wrecked me I ain't done a thing in the world to him, and you gonna let him race and not me? You're goddamn right, you motherfucker, low down hunk of shit, get the hell out of my track. Dad sitting there looking at his car, tore all the hell, and Donnie had one picked up by the full Kodiak car at that time.
Yeah.
Car. He's sitting there just pretty pristine, all up on Jackson. Look back at his, fuck this. Now my dad's about 3 inches shorter than I am. This car's got all 4 jack stands. He takes off running. One step, he's on the damn trunk wheel. Next step, he's on top of the car. Jumping up and down. Fuck you sons of bitches. Fuck you sons of knocks it off the jack stands, brakes and axle. Donnie's not going to race tonight. So when I took the first step, I knew I was going to jail. But he wasn't going to race if I wasn't going to race. Yeah. So when the cops come, he just relaxed, calm down off the car, and I moved over there. Well, Mama took off the truck, going over there, she moved his wallet because he had enough money to protest that night. Because we were there to win. That was our chance, you know. And so Mama comes down there. She's trying to get Dad's wallet. Police handcuffed him. Here comes Donnie Bishop's back. She's all up in my dad's face with that finger, that bony finger just pointing. You son of a bitch, you think you are, blah, 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 blah. Now my Mama's trying to talk to him, get things. Dad's in handcuffs. Finally, my Mama looks around and says, you just shut the hell up. When she turned back around, Donnie Bishop's wife hit her in the back of the head. So my Mama turns around and grabs her right here by her blouse right here, right at her neck. Somehow or another, my dad comes out of the handcuffs. And here comes Donnie Bishop's son running like hell at my mama. So she ducks down and just cuts him a flip. And when she cuts him a flip, she falls down and she pulls the girl's, Donnie Bishop's wife, blouse and bra off. And her pants inside her bra fell out on the track. And then there's a scrum, everybody's going, my dad's going to come out of the handcuffs. He's trying to separate all them, get Mama out of the crowd where she gets trampled. Mama's trying to get up. She gets up. There used to be this little black cop work out there, about the same height as Mom, about 5'4". Yeah. And she got up. She's standing looking at him, and his eyes are just as big as golf balls. And she was trying to cut something cold in her hand. She looks down. And she done got his billy stick.
Oh damn.
And she's looking at that cop, looking like, oh, this crazy white woman about to beat the hell out of me in my own billy stick. She looks at the cop and says, here you go. I don't want this. See that boy? She went, so
train, you got a drink.
Drink. So it gets better from here.
And there's always a fucking train.
Welcome downtown east.
Shout out to NSF.
It gets better from here. So they arrest my mama, they arrest my dad, they arrest Donnie Bishop's wife. Put them all out in the cop car or whatever. Well, take them all. At first, my dad's raising hell because Donnie Bishop's wife is sitting up in front unhandcuffed. I said, you handcuff my wife, you're going to handcuff her too.
Yeah.
She threw the first hand punch, So he raising up hell about that. Cop, put her handcuffed and leave her up front. Well, they go off to the jail. Dad's talking, lays down on the damn bed, just waiting for his turn to see if he's going to be there all night, Mama's standing in the middle, won't touch nothing. Officer comes up and gave her a phone call. So she called to check on us and everything. She said, y'all need anything? He said, yeah, I need some damn what was that stuff? Pine saw and a mop. This is the nastiest damn place I ever seen. The cop kind of sneered at her and said, well, it is. Do your damn job. Next thing you know, they're seeing the judge. This is like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning in Pickens County in the 80s.
Your mom and dad were seeing the judge.
Mom and dad and the Donnie Bishop's wife seeing the judge.
Okay.
It turns out the arresting officer was sleeping with Donnie Bishop's wife.
Oh, shit.
So he made the phone call and got a judge up to come in there and process it. So because we know one, they had to do all three.
Yeah.
And the funny part about it, by the time that happened, they had the fans in the stand had already raised my mom and dad's bail money and bailed them out.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. You can't, man, that's one of the best damn stories ever.
And, they banned him from the track, revoked his NASCAR license, and my dad sent the film off and everything to NASCAR. And they wrote him a letter of apology, reinstated his license, told him he could go anywhere in NASCAR except that track because Tom owned it.
Yeah.
So it went about 6-8 weeks, and Tom sent word, Dad, come talk to him. He come back out there. You come back out, but don't you run up front. First thing my dad did went out there and win the heat race by half a lap. When he come across the start-finish line, he had his hand out to shoot a flag and a bird like this. Now, granted, he was running about 275 and the water temperature about to blow the damn thing up. But I wouldn't want to back off. I was going to win this race or blow this sumbitch up dry.
Dude, that's fucking great.
Like cold trick or change my tires.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he actually got out of the car. He said, I'm so damn mad I'm going to destroy or hurt somebody tonight. So he got out and let Robert Preston, who ended up running Winston Cup for like 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
But his car broke down that night, and he let Robert drive it. And Robert was leading when we had a problem. Damn rope and out of the throttle where it hooks up to the carburetor fell out. That kind of shit always happened to us.
Yeah.
But it was funny. You son of a bitch.
That's great. I mean, that's fucking great.
We got a little bit of animosity towards authority in our family.
You think just a little bit. Well, speaking of authority, my Uncle George, he was a Korean War vet. As long as he was alive, that I was alive, he never worked a day in his life. But he was always different. He had this old piece of property that he grew up on, out on the Mill Hill. It was like multiple acres, and they called it the estate. Well, old George was real bad about as soon as he got his monthly disability check because he lost an eye. He'd go drinking. He'd disappear. He'd disappear for a week. And you knew he was out at the estate drinking, or carousing somewhere, sitting out in some bar in town. And so there were multiple occasions I'd get a phone call. Hey, we need your help. Go find your Uncle George. I'm like, all right, let's go find him. And one time I found him walking down the road. He was bare ass naked, waving his dick at every woman that was driving by. And he said because he was naked, he could not be seen. He was invisible. And I said, well, why are you naked, George? He goes, well, the Sky Police. I'm like, the Sky Police? He goes, yeah, you should take your clothes off too. Walk with me. He goes, because the Sky Police track you with your clothes that you're wearing. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking my clothes off walking down the road with you. And law came around, and they were like, George, get on in. And, it's time to go for a ride. And, he'd just shake his head and he'd do it. There was another time he got in trouble. He had built a shrine to St. George, is what he called it. He was George. But he built a shrine to St. George, and he would sit out there with a Bible preaching to the squirrels. Because, squirrels were firm believers in the teachings of Christ. And then another time he got arrested for drunk and disorderly. He protested it on the courthouse steps in Oconee County and said that he was backpacking for Christ and they were just trying to stifle the gospel of St. George. Because he was determined that he was going to write the next gospel to be included into the Bible.
Now, this was in the 60s, right?
No, this was in like 80s, early 90s.
Oh, I was going to say, sounds like he was on some hellacious LSD.
Dude, that dude would give me, like, we'd be staying over at their house and everything because my dad's working. We'd stay over at him and my aunt's house, which, mind you, I think they might have fucked once, and that was to conceive their son, which he probably should have pulled out.
Or a climax control condom.
Or a climax. That was way before those existed, bro. Yeah, he, they had this whole weird relationship thing. But separate bedrooms, separate ends of the house, everything. The man could sharpen a knife like nobody you've ever seen. I mean, he was meticulous about it. He'd get out like a jeweler's glass and sit there and sharpen knives.
I mean, it has to be, because the Sky Police wear some special Kevlar.
You better be able to cut through it. But I remember one night.
Where'd he carry the knife if he was always walking around naked?
Oh, he wasn't always walking around naked. That was just once or twice.
Oh, okay.
When he was good and shit hammered drunk. When he was pickle drunk.
Ooh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, and he stayed pickle drunk.
I can't even say pickles.
But I remember staying over there one night, and I was still up. I think it was about 12:30. Everybody else in the house was asleep, and I'd sit up and talk with him until like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I was an early teenager, you know. He was interesting. He told great stories from like Vietnam and growing up and getting into shit. And he goes, "I want some ice cream," and I'm like, "I wouldn't mind some ice cream either." So he gets banana ice cream, and he goes, "Don't tell your Aunt Sarah this." He goes, "You know what makes banana ice cream better?" He goes, "This bottle of Kahlua." And he pours a quarter bottle of Kahlua over both of our bowls of ice cream and everything. But I'll tell you what, damn, banana ice cream with Kahlua poured over it, hot damn, that shit's good.
Might be crazy, but he knew what to eat, right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I mean, that was the kind of shit I grew up around. Between him and then my other uncle, who we got a call one time that your uncle's in the hospital, you need to come up here. And he got hurt. And my dad called me and I said, "Well, what happened?" He goes, "Well, he got his penis cut off." And I'm like, "What?" "Well, he got his penis cut off." And I said, "Pop, how'd the man get his penis cut off?" He goes, "With a weed eater." And I'm like, So we go to the hospital, and I'm like, I'm in my head, you know, I'm trying to figure out.
I'm trying to make the scenario how does this?
Are you weed eating naked? Because weed eater cutting wire is strong. But it's not cutting through you old man dungaree strong, and it damn sure ain't gonna cut through a pair of Liberty coveralls or overalls, which is what he always wore. Yeah. And I'm like, I still feel like nobody ever can say how that happened. Is, you know, he cut his dick off with a weed eater. That's all we ever knew. And I'm like, that's just the most fucked up thing I've ever heard.
That'll be on Unsolved Mysteries.
Seriously. I mean, seriously. That's just fucked
there
up.
There was, laying in the yard, looking up at the clouds. Oh, look, there's a giraffe. There's a chimp. Look, there's a weed eater.
Oh, man. So, yeah, those are the kind of stories that, you know, you can't make this shit up. And only in the South are you going to have some fucked up shit like that, stories to tell.
Yeah, they outlawed in the North. They don't have the proper sense of adventure.
They're too sensitive.
Hey, what's that law in Pickens County at the courthouse on Sunday or something? You could beat
your
wife.
You can beat your wife with a rod no bigger than the size of your thumb.
Yeah, it has to be Sunday at 1 o'clock on the courthouse steps after church.
Now, when you wake up 3 days later because you whipped your ass, there's nothing in the law books about that.
Watch out for those flying potatoes.
Or throwing potatoes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how rule of thumb came about.
There you go.
See, not only do we drink and know things, we educate the general public that's listening to our stories. Because only in the South are you going to beat your wife with a fucking stick on the courthouse.
Or get arrested and make sure that, you know, the woman involved being arrested is going to get you out early.
Well, that, and, you know, I keep trying
to shoot him in the ass with a BB gun.
Exactly. They frown on that.
And I keep trying to convince my wife that we need to move to Utah and get us a couple of sister wives. And she goes, "No, I need a brother husband." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck that."
Okay. Well,
one swinging dong in this family's enough. I'm already a pain in the ass.
Wooden apple. Potato. You want more wives?
Exactly.
But they're ribbed for her pleasure.
You'll start giving them target practice.
Yeah. And then make your mouth numb.
I might, goddammit. You don't know me. Don't judge me, bitch. Oh, man. Maybe Adam could dig down deep and find some good story that doesn't involve him hanging out the window like a hound dog puking. I highly doubt it.
He's all squirrel.
Because he's just always looking for a nut.
I remember the night Adam tried to whoop all our asses in here. He wasn't pulling no punches. He hit Matthew, he hit Robert, he hit me.
Well, hell, what was it last Thursday night? Same condom night. Open hand slaps his friend Matt, who makes him look like he could fold. I mean,
Put him in his wallet.
Yeah, he would put him in his wallet like a used condom, and open hand slaps him and then punches you in the dick.
Yeah.
I'm like, for a little asshole, he's full of spite and vinegar.
All him when him and Robert went out. I'll let him tell his story.
You'll have to work at 8.
When he gets done talking, I guess I'll let him story.
Well, then we'll pause for the call. All right, now that Adam's done chasing squirrels, I think he's running for dog catcher easily. He's spanking babies and kissing hands.
That's it. Bring me your child out of them.
You ain't man enough to do it. I'll do it for you, by God.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to let you tell about your Waffle House mentioned Odin the other week.
I think it's better if Odin tells that story.
That's funny.
He's got a way with words.
I was trying to include you here a little bit.
Instead of you just being,
Forrest Gumping your way through this thing.
Forrest Gump through life.
Well, here's the best part is Odin can tell a story and he remembers it better than I do. I was a little inebriated. But the cops did have me blocked in. Did not
You
go
got
to jail.
cop blocked.
Yeah, I got cop blocked. But I did not go to jail. And I don't know how they knew to pull up behind my car.
What in the hell do we have here?
Holy mackerel.
Oh, look, Bentley made
Coming
it.
in better late than never.
All right, the fourth horseman of the apocalypse is about to jump on the mic. We have the one, the only, the Bentley.
Benjamin.
Hey, Benno.
I'm going to turn his mic up. I can't hear him.
You gotta listen to it. His is on the same level as his.
Okay.
Okay, so you good?
Should be.
All right. Well, anyways, let me interrupt the story. Where are we going?
Well, we've
Time.
been adventure timing it. I told the story about the chimp and everything again.
Oh, the chimp. That's too funny.
And I got to finish the story about my uncle walking naked down the road.
Yeah, you need to finish that one.
Oh, we did. And Pickle's been sharing some stories, and Adam's just Forrest Gumping his way through life.
Well, don't we all?
Well, at least today he's not humping
He's got a
somebody's
doctor in
leg.
it.
But it's still early, and he's only drinking beer.
Sun's still up.
Then, what do you got?
Yeah, man. Just like knuckleheads, man. I was putting up with knuckleheads. I got a guy. The guy's been on the job 3 days. I don't know if he's a sex pedal. God almighty, dude. And I finally got frustrated with him. I said, you know what? Y'all just close your ticket. I'm going home. He said, what? I said, yeah, I'm closing my ticket. I'm going home, man. I got things to do. You shenanigans.
Amen, brother.
But yeah. So I still got to do it, man.
All right, I got to ask a question. Have you destroyed your tractor yet?
No, man. It's still running great, man.
You haven't rolled it, flipped it, flat tire?
I put the kids in the bucket and lift them to the roof and rake the leaves off. Get up there and rake the leaves off the roof.
You got a tractor now?
Yeah.
I'm coming to your house.
Dude, it's got a bucket on it, too, man.
That's awesome.
Tell me you ain't redneck now.
Now you're
Now, how big of a
proper.
tractor is this?
It's pickle soup.
It's a ride lawnmower on steroids.
Okay.
It weighs 2,100 pounds.
What is it, a Kubota?
Yeah, it's a boat.
Okay, yeah. It's got the bucket loader on it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Is it gas or diesel? I can't diesel.
Hell yeah, you want diesel all the way.
Four-wheel drive is what I was told too.
Four-wheel drive.
And see, once again, conversations of Southern boys. Yeah, you want diesel on that son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
definitely.
Well,
And four-wheel drive.
I'm waiting for
And
the call.
titties.
I'm waiting for y'all pickle. You gotta come help me. The tractor stuck in a tree.
How'd you get it up there? Man, this thing all I get is
That bucket will lift it up. I ain't sure how it's gonna get it down.
it only gets 5 gallons to the mile with the tree. What are you doing driving up trees? Chasing gas.
And the bad thing is, he wasn't barking this time because I think we cured his ass of that shit with that air horn.
Oh, yeah, now that was pretty damn funny.
Now the adventure will be when him again gets mad at him again, and you see him pull up on the tractor.
But she thinks my tractor's sexy.
I got a sticker for that one. Let's go on the back of that.
Hell yeah. All right, Benno, catch us up on your life these days.
Oh, man, it's good to see Adam. I'm glad he's
All right.
sitting around the table.
It's been over a month.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't even know you really lived anymore, man. That's like Where's he at? I'm just making shit up.
Well, every time I'm here, I had just missed you.
I know.
We come to decide this is kind of like the presidency. You have to have a designated survivor. We all can't be in the same room at one time.
Right. Somebody got to survive the apocalypse.
Somebody fucked up because here all four of us are.
Drinking fuzzy nails.
No, tequila sunrises. We
Rain overcast day. Y'all trying to bring the sunshine in.
In my mind, I'm always at the beach.
and we're the motherfucking sunshine. We blow it out our ass.
That's true, man. Y'all are bringing in the sunshine. Bringing it in.
You
On
know,
a cloudy day.
tequila makes us happy.
That'd be the old lady.
So,
All she was telling me is Ozzy canceled his tour. He fell and got hurt, as if I did not already know this.
Ozzy got hurt.
He has delayed his entire 2019 tour. I wasn't even going to go see it.
Who was it? Steve Tyler had heart surgery?
Big Jagger, wasn't it?
Jagger, my bad. See? 75 years old, still kicking his own team as much as he used to do cocaine.
I know, right?
Both of them, man. No wonder why Ozzy's so long.
And they are all falling apart. I mean, all the legends of them.
Yeah, but I mean, how many hearts has Keith Richard had?
He's got a lot of heart.
well,
Literally.
I always like the Robert Williams when he talked about Keith Richards. He said, you know, I'm sure there's a cure for everything, and that cure lies within Keith Richards.
Richards, yeah.
You can lay a lot of anthrax down as long as you're on, and he goes, all right.
that goddamn child, I'm gonna fucking kill him. Okay, sorry for my outburst there, guys. We do this show live from a pub, and
we're training a new bartender.
well, and we've got one guy that is a millennial that we just can't train.
How to train a dragon, how to train a millennial.
Shit, that's a handful in and of itself.
Training anybody.
Yeah.
Because you know we ain't gonna change.
That's right.
Fuck that. We're too old and too much give a damn.
Fuck it, I'm bigger than him.
Yeah. We're all bigger than him. Well, three out of 4 ain't bad. 3 chunks in a run.
He's like a chihuahua hanging out with Rockwaller.
Yeah. But you know what? Every one of us motherfuckers got each other's back, regardless. Salute to that one. Slanja.
Cheers.
That's a good pause for the cause there.
That is a good pause for the cause.
Man, phone ringing now. Look at that. Another county
Hey,
effort.
yeah, man, just work.
Hey, I might be the smallest of the bunch, but I'm always the first one to fuck shit up and get it
That's
started.
true. That is true.
Hey, the message I got y'all said, what did I say? I came here to drink and fuck, and I'm about done drinking.
Yep.
I asked Jody when I said, I'm here to drink and fuck shit up, and I'm about done drinking.
Like crazy
She said
shit.
she ain't gonna have to make.
Adam got me a crazy shirt, which I love to pieces, man. It says, I get enough exercise pushing my love. Love that shirt, man. Jen frowns every time I put it on. Oh, Lord, here it comes.
Truer words.
Well, and the sad thing is, I think that applies. It's applicable to every one of us.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I'm doing nothing.
shit. There's a reason why it's lead us not into temptation, because Pickle knows the way.
He left the breadcrumb trail too.
No, he left pickle chips falling behind like a little bunny shitting out pickles.
Fried deal business coming your way.
Fried pickles.
Oh, yeah.
That do sound delicious.
That does sound delicious.
Starting like a hostage.
A hostage, you say? Oh man! So you got any stories of crazy, family members pulling off some crazy shit?
Hey, man. We had started on this.
I think Bentley's probably the craziest one in this family.
No, I don't know. My little brother could be crazy.
Your older brother.
No, what was the story you told about family members you had to take a shovel over to out of the house?
Oh, man, yeah, Crazy Charlie, Crazy Mary. Crazy Mary walked Crazy Charlie around downtown in like a rabbit fur coat. Or a beaver skin. I don't know, man. I just remember it was a fur coat, hat, and black. They would walk around town in the middle of summer in Alabama.
Oh,
It
damn.
was 98 damn degrees, and here he is walking around. It was so funny, that fur coat made him look kind of fat. And he took that son of a bitch off and he fell out of a tree like a maple leaf, man. You know, I mean, it'd take him a week for him to hit the ground and fell off the curb. But they'd take him around panhandling, man. They were so crazy.
They were out panhandling.
Yeah, they would go out panhandling. Oh, I had all kinds of money. Had a house that was paid for. And apparently didn't know how to use a bathroom. They would shit in one corner of the room.
Oh, damn.
Tell me that's not crazy.
That is crazy.
Well, Crazy Charlie, when he was little, his dad hit him in the back of the head with a bat. He was never right after that. So somehow
I think you're a poet and you didn't know it. You just rhymed that shit.
I didn't know that. So apparently he had gotten in the military somehow, and they realized he was batshit crazy, right? So they gave him a Section 8 like Klinger, you know? He didn't wear ladies' clothes, though. He was just batshit crazy.
I had to explain Section 8 to somebody in here the other night.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's like,
Our generation grew up cause of MASH, you know.
well, I mean, yeah, it's Section 8. It's you fucked up because you did something really crazy and stupid, like shitting in the corner or whatever. And, you know, they're like, yeah, you gotta go. You're even too unbalanced to serve the United States of America.
Yeah, you know you're crazy.
Hey, we can give a little shout out to the man, Mike himself, our relief, our ace in the hole co-host on occasion, Mr. AKA Sam Elliott himself.
Yeah, we'll get a picture of him, put it on there.
Yeah, we do need a picture as our, cause, you know,
he's our designated Yankee.
he's our designated survivor sometimes.
Excuse me? What are we up to now?
We're just giving you a big shout out for being our always our backup co-host.
Oh.
Or as
What was the other thing?
or as
Designated
Pickle
Yankee?
says, our
I
designated
didn't say that.
Yankee.
I didn't say that.
I'm your only Yankee.
Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
I'm your only Yankee.
Y'all pick.
I got him.
Your money's on Mike every time. It's because he can actually fix Bentley's tractor when he fucks it up.
The tractor's stuck in a tree. He needs some help.
He was chasing a cat.
Hey, if the tractor's stuck in a tree, I got a chainsaw. I'll be right over.
We can do that too.
We'll fix it. We'll repair the tractor after we cut it down from the tree.
I was pushing trees down the other day.
That's how it's going to happen.
Just like pushing his luck.
Bentley outside exercise.
So yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Hey,
And you
I got
two
some property, and I have 2 dead pine trees. Well, I had 2 dead pine trees, and so I went out there with a bucket and I pushed these pine trees over. We had a dog kennel out there, and it was fenced in. We had.
Had his optimal phrasing.
5-gallon bucket?
No,
What kind of a bucket?
a bucket on a tractor. I don't know if it'll hold 5 gallons. Probably a little more. I guarantee you to pick up a keg, though.
Hell, I can do that.
Yeah.
Not me, man. My tractor will, though.
When the salesman told him that, it's sold.
Did you get the lawnmower that attaches to the back, or does it have a deck underneath?
Deck underneath.
Okay.
60 inch.
It does have good protections on the back.
Yeah, what do they call the connection?
PTO.
PTO, there we go.
Power takeoff?
Oh man, that thing will launch, man. I'd put it up a Lamborghini any day, man.
They
It only
started out
put
making
60
tractors.
inches?
Yeah, it's because it's underneath that.
I used to run a mower that was 16 feet.
Now that's a mower. 18 feet.
Okay,
Bring that
yeah,
mower to my house,
but-
put the grass in 3 swipes.
Okay, but Mike works at a golf course. So, I mean,
Brother Bill.
Brother Bill.
I worked at a golf course
I was thinking
too.
about Friday
You
night.
ain't never work at no damn golf
Yes, I did.
course. What'd you work at? What'd you do there?
I worked at Country Place Golf Course in Houston, Texas.
I used to drink at a lot of golf courses,
It's a private golf.
Me too. Me too.
right?
Mike still does.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I didn't cut grass at a golf course, but
He's
I
the
spent-
one
I
that threw
spent-
drop off.
He smoked some grass at a golf course.
What did you do at the golf course?
I was the court attendant and the driving range attendant.
He was Bill Murraying his way through life back then.
He's the one that he gets.
I can relate to that one. Too.
Right?
We hit golf balls.
He's sitting there with the ball cleaner. Oh, yeah, you're looking mighty good today.
Okay, well, funny story about that golf course I worked at. Do y'all know the best little whorehouse in Texas?
Yes.
Okay, do you know the reporter that was responsible for shutting that place down? His name is Marvin Zindler.
Okay.
He reported the news in Houston, Texas until he died of pancreatic cancer. He used to play golf at the golf course I worked at, and the first 9 was a retirement community. The back 9, you could be any age and live over there. He actually went into buy the model home. The very first house he pulled into, the biggest, nicest house on the back 9. And they had it all furnished and everything. He wanted to buy it with all the furniture and all the decorations and whatnot. They would sell him the house, but not with all the furniture and decorations, so he didn't buy the damn thing. And also, our past president, George Bush, who just recently passed away, he played golf out there also.
Oh, hell. They had to run you off those days, didn't they?
And then, no, I didn't. This was prior before I worked there.
Oh.
And then there was a pitcher for the LA Dodgers. He lived out there on that golf course. So, yeah, funny story about that.
His close call with celebrities.
Yeah. He was a douche, man. Total douche.
Bobby Goodell.
Yeah. And he got caught cheating on his wife. So she ended up getting the house and a brand new Jaguar.
Serves his ass right.
Yeah, imagine that. He gave her a venereal disease.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
At least you shared.
Yeah, that's how. That's how she found out.
If you half of everything.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Take this with you too.
That's just so wrong.
So, what was the original subject for this Friday?
We're just kind of telling stories of crazy family members and shit they've done or put us through.
Actually,
Come on, hit us with it, Mike.
my wife's uncle.
Who needs drinks? I'll get drinks for Mike.
We were sitting around the table Thanksgiving, and this man literally came up with the idea of, so you're driving in your car and you hit something, and this balloon type thing comes out and just engulfs you. And this was way the hell before airbags came out. Now also, you gotta realize that Alvin was out of his mind. I was like, are you kidding me, Alvin? And then there were airbags. It was like, holy shit.
Crazy with a purpose there.
He was a genius before his time.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, he was.
I think we're making jackets for motorcycle riders that have airbags built into them.
I thought that was the boobs behind you.
Well, you do have that too.
Okay, as three of the 5 of this table can get behind and understand. So we were at that Irish pub last weekend.
We were.
Yeah, Finnegan's Wake in Winston-Salem.
Shout out.
Yeah, big huge shout out. They were
You
awesome.
at a Irish pub.
A Irish
I
pub,
thought you
yeah.
were saying the Irish pub.
No. A Irish pub. Finnegan's Wake is the name of it. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Great fucking pub. I mean, old school, dark.
Great name too.
Oh yeah. Made friends with the door guys real quick. My friend that we were meeting up there, I told them, I said, give her shit when she walks up. I said, you'll be able to recognize her. I said, gorgeous black girl with blue hair. And they were like, she walked up, and I'm standing inside the bar laughing my ass off because I could see them giving her shit. And she's like, why are y'all giving me hell? And I said, because Eric asked us to. And she goes, leave it to you. You're in town like 5 minutes, and you make friends with the door guys and everything. And I'm like, well, of course. I speak their language. We were out there talking knives and everything else. So they had some awesome T-shirts. I'm not going to share the name of what was on one of them because I got an idea. But so I asked
Copyright.
yeah. So I asked our server, I'm like, he came around and goes, can I get you guys anything else? I'm like, yeah, as a matter of fact, I said, what size do you have those shirts in? Because I'd like to buy one. He goes, well, I think the biggest we carry is like a 1 or 2X. I said, so you don't sell them in men's sizes? He just kind of looked at me and was like, well, if you put it that way, no, we don't. You know, what's he going to say?
I'm a real boy.
But one of the other funny things was they had a shot special, and it was called Eric's Brazilian for $5. And we meant to get my picture under it going, yeah, fuck that. Because I told him, I said, it would cost more in damages for somebody to try to give me a Brazilian with this motherfucker than it would that you would ever recoup on those $5 shitty shots. So then, my friend that was there, her girlfriend was with her, and she's like, oh, I got a Brazilian one time when we were in hair school, and I thought it was a good idea to let a student give me a Brazilian. And I'm like, I knew this was not going anywhere good. And she goes, she glued my cooter lips together.
That'll shut her up.
And I told her, I said, I had a cure for that. I said, give me a chisel, a blowtorch, and a mallet. I'm going in. I was telling Adam this story last night. He goes, all I need is a snorkel, baby. All I need is a snorkel.
Give me an avocado and a snorkel. Trust me, I've made bonds with less.
But I'm like, and she never did actually say how they actually corrected this. But I'm like, and she goes, I'm talking like clit and everything.
It's all about the heat.
Yeah, it's like the clit and everything got seals
Did that
up.
girl end up with her cosmetology degree?
She never did say if the girl got her cosmetology degree or
I think
not.
I dated them girls all through high school.
You were a career senator predator, weren't you?
Oh my goodness.
That's too much for old Mike. He's just looking at us like, what the fuck?
No, I had something to say. I just thought better.
I don't say, never think better. This is the pub shenanigans, man.
Man, my mom
thought
was
better
in
than to say
cosmetology
that.
school when I was about 8 or 9 years old. And I was her guinea pig.
That explains a lot now, Jimmy
Yeah,
Neutron.
I got a scar on the back of my right ear from her. She's like, quit moving. I was like, I'm not moving. Quit cutting me and I wouldn't be moving. She nicked my damn ear like 3 times.
I let my cousin was in cosmetology school because he wanted to work in a barber shop, and he cut my ear, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? You moved. I'm like, I didn't move. You have no control. It's a control problem, not me moving.
So back to what Pickle was saying. So we're in South Carolina. There are not that many Catholic girls down here.
Oh, no, yeah, they're all Baptist. Yeah.
Yeah, but the ones that are pretty great.
Yeah, I had.
They really don't start that way.
No, they don't.
One thing I do like about Catholicism is that
Thank you,
you
Billy
can
Joel.
as much as you want. All you gotta do is ask for forgiveness. That's it.
You get to get out of hell free card.
Yeah.
As a recovering Catholic, I can attest to that.
Practice, man. They tell you don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, or, you know.
Well, you know the difference between Catholics and Baptists?
What? Go ahead.
Do you know the difference?
Roughly.
I can't wait for that.
Catholics speak on the way out of the liquor store.
Now, it's liberal up here. You know, the Baptist preachers will wave at you.
And why is that?
Because of the Catholics.
Sounds like when we was kids, we couldn't have dances. They wasn't really opposed to dancing. They just didn't want anybody to think we was making love standing up. You know?
It led to fornication.
There's a story about one of the old professors at Bob Jones. She saw a couple going at it in the bushes, and they're going at it. And she said, "Well, at least you weren't dancing."
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of Bob Jones,
I got it. Go ahead.
Where the hell you been?
there's a guy that I used to work with that before he left where we're at, and he was saying that they got called out to clean the sewer out in front of Bob Jones one night because they called it was backing up into the showers and everything else.
No way. I know where this story's going.
They open it up. The whole line is clogged with condoms.
At a Christian university.
Condoms and tampons. Because all that shit was getting flushed. I'm like, did you find any fetuses?
Oh.
They're like, no, you just went too far.
Listen, well, he brought condoms up to make me think of this. You know the 3 most amazing things about a woman? This is pretty damn funny. I don't care who you are.
We'll be the judge of that.
Okay, y'all be the judge. Three most amazing things about a woman. They can bleed for a week without dying. Now, if that's not impressive, I don't know what is.
And you wonder why he pushes his luck.
Yeah. All right. They can produce milk without eating grass. If that's not fucking impressive, I don't know what is. And the third most amazing thing about a woman, they can bury a 9-inch bone without getting their nose dirty. When I come up with 9 inches, I'm going to show it.
Yeah, Ben's last girlfriend said, I need 9 inches and I want you to make it hurt. He said, so he fucked her 3 times and punched her in the mouth.
That's why I don't live with her anymore.
Talking about Bob Jones, back when I was in high school, if you wanted a wild night, Friday night you go down to the Taco Bell on Wade Hampton, just down the street from Bob Jones.
I know what you're talking about.
And then Bob Jones girls would just, they just kind of, look at
They
them.
don't wait to show their ankles.
Oh, man.
Sexiest ankles in Greenville County.
Y'all are terrible.
It was-
Terrible. But
You
it's
couldn't find
true.
a truck stop with that many lizards
It's
running around.
true.
I mean, you roll through, they just trying to jump in your car like poltergeist and shit. And wildest times I ever had with damn women like that. Yeah, from that preacher's daughter.
So, all you people out there that you need to look up Bob Jones University in Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah.
It'll be fucking amazing.
Okay. I worked at a bar in downtown Greenville called the G Spot.
I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Because we actually knew where it was, for one.
I've only been there twice before they closed it down.
I probably threw you out.
Oh,
So-
you're from Texas, huh?
You're not 6'2". Get the fuck out of here, you midget.
They were bigger in
There's your 10-gallon hat.
Look, hey, I was born in Greenville, okay?
That explains a lot. So, we would have Bob Jones girls come downtown. They would wear their long skirts and everything else, carrying a backpack. Then they would go into the public bathroom, come down dressed like the biggest hoe you'd ever seen, and come into our bar. And they would come into our bar and dance and have a good time and like grinding. I mean, they would be the first ones that 2 drinks in, they're making out with the nearest stranger, grinding on them like they're trying to fucking win the fucking steeplechase.
Yeah, look at that horse go.
I'm going for the Triple Crown. Triple Crown.
Get it, see this? Get it?
A couple of them did look like Julia Roberts.
Hey, girl, you got to fix your business before you leave.
Oh man.
Yeah, there's a lot of those girls, man. There's something else. There was an episode one time, I can't remember, of Malcolm in the Middle. And Francis would always get in trouble. They had the local girls hanging outside the military school.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
you seen that one?
Yes.
Don't let them in, don't let them in. Every time they do, it's about burning the school down. You know? That's the Bob Jones girls. You know? Oh, man.
Well, guys, looks like we've pretty much reached our time for this week. So, anybody, anywhere we got to give a shout out to?
Thanks, Lenny. Let us have you here again.
Yeah, Lenny.
Working with us.
Yeah, always.
I am in talk. I'm trying to get us hooked up with the Not Safe for Life group. It's a big group of Southern podcasters that are really trying to get a coalition of Southern podcasters together. So I'm trying to reach out to see if we can't get in on some of that action. And we're hopefully going to be doing video of these podcasts soon to actually add out there while we're doing this, so we can actually have some even
Baby steps, y'all.
Yeah, but like we always say, share us.
Look, this is my first podcast in 5 weeks, and we've come a long way. I mean, mainly give it to our boy Eric over here. Y'all, I mean,
He does a lot for us.
he's really put a lot into this, man. If y'all can see the get-up we got going on right now,
I mean, look at that cool box that he made.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. It's awesome.
It's called a mic stand.
Yeah.
It's called a
Looking on
mic
that
stand.
box and seeing try to find property at the zoo, Greenville, somewhere.
Yeah, belongs to the monkey cage.
I do have.
There's a chip
quick
step up
question.
box somewhere.
Adam, why are you washing dishes at two girls?
I started
Shout
a
out
different
to
job
the
today. I'm only doing it on Wednesdays.
Shout out to the Vendor Southerner.
I'm sorry, I just have
Mainly for the
Wife paid for
I
membership
kept
finally
up for
today.
the 50% discount on food.
Smart man.
Oh, I've got another couple of shout outs too. Shout out to Bitter Southerner. They're online. We're rocking some of their True South stickers. We've got an all y'all and a bless your heart that we're sporting on our.
Bless your heart's the way Southerners call folks retarded. Nice.
Or a dumb bitch. If you ever hear a Southern woman go, just bless her heart, she meaning you dumb shit.
Yeah.
And you're retarded. I know we probably can't say it, but you are mentally challenged, or as I like to call it, you're so dumb you don't even know the B sign.
That'd be a good topic of conversation. Southern words and their meanings.
Oh yeah, we could have a whole episode on Southernisms.
God, and Mike's from the north and Evie knows. See,
Yeah, right.
Mike's lived down here long.
We could do a whole show just on spelling. There is no U in Greenville.
There's no G on the end of anything.
Or Clemson. There's no P in Clemson. You know, I grew up there. There is no P in Clemson. It is Clemson, not Clemson.
And there is an L in Clinton.
There's also an L in Clinton.
Well, that's
Yeah, but you can't find it, so it doesn't matter.
Because the motherfuckers are glued together.
Oh, too right.
well done. Well done.
And the last moment Adam shows up.
Right? He force comes his way through the whole goddamn thing, and he waits when we're trying to close the show. All right, Ben, you got any shout-outs for anybody this week?
Oh man, hey, shout out to Pickle for real. We're trying to get his race car back together.
Yep.
So,
Go around the
out
track a
there,
little bit.
we'll race around the track a little bit,
See
man.
if I can end up in jail like the old man.
Damn.
We got to get a Pub Shenanigans sticker on that race car too.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
any other stickers y'all want to donate.
Yeah. But seriously, like we always in our show, we're telling everybody, follow us. You can find us on Spreaker. You can find us on Spotify, different areas.
That Clemson sticker on the side of that window.
You better come with a big fat wallet.
You want to give them
Came
a
here to
Go
race and
Cox.
fuck shit up and I'm about done racing.
Now that's a classic T-shirt.
I get bored like on NASCAR 2008, just turn around and go the other way.
I've been preaching that for years now. Go the other way.
But I'm the only one doing it.
Stay in your lane, Pickle. Stay in your lane.
Watch your lane, bro.
All right, Adam, you got any shout-outs?
Shout out to Two Bros. Thanks for bringing that up, Mike.
Yeah.
Best pizza in town.
Damn right. Very best pizza.
Shout out to Miss Potato Head.
Yes,
Oh,
shout out to
Miss Potato Head
Mrs.
there.
Potato Head over here. The peanut gallery herself.
She's a potato hunter.
The potato chucker.
Better watch your hands.
There.
You gonna wake up with plastic eyes stuck in the top of your
Well,
head.
shout out to
Yeah, she sleeps with a fucking knife. I worry about that every day.
brother.
Had to work. It's good to see everybody, man. I missed everybody.
No, really, what were you doing?
Working.
No, really, what
All
were
right,
you
giving
doing?
myself pink eye. Thank God.
If you wash your hands.
Only one of them.
Yeah.
It's actually, you know, this is really great that we've got all four of us, actually all five of us, in one spot at the same time.
You're like the other Beatle.
No, he's our token Yankee. So with that being said, this is Pub Shenanigans. I'm Eric.
I'm Adam.
Pickle.
Bentley.
Mike.
We will see. You guys will hear us next week. Follow us on Facebook. Give us a shout out. Hell, follow us on the Twitter and everything. We appreciate each and every one of you. Share and share away. Later, guys.
Roll.
Roll down.